All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, always give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders from Great Millstone. Shalom to the brothers and sisters, the house of David, the true believers, the sincere ones. This is the Bob Myers here at GMS Mill Camp. Today's date is July 19th, 2026. The apostle taught us that this year, the year of apostasy, the agents and sellouts. This is a walk and talk, rolling the spirit. Just like the Akim saying, this is that record button, let the spirit flow. And earlier today, we just had just got done, finish up the FIFA World Cup tournament, and it was down to the final teams, which is Spain versus Argentina. And while everybody's watching right around the globe, you got this going on at the same time that the war over Iran it's getting intensified. It's getting more and more dangerous ahead of us, you know. And brace for impact because the storm is coming. And then I just had this dream earlier this morning that I was in my house looking out through the window, and then I looked outside, and the sky was blue, sunny, and I looked further down in the sky, you know, you see a storm coming this way towards my way. It's like a dark clouds. Everything is clear, but except for that part of the sky, which is only that sky. Only that, for some reason, it had that cloud part of the sky, but everything was clear, but except for that part, you know. And then I was standing there. It's pretty strange and odd, you know. It's a big, dark grayish cloud, and you could tell that that's a storm, you know, coming in. And then it came towards my way kind of quick, and then everybody at the house that I lived, I told everybody brace for impact. You know, because the store is coming, and and then so the story came and it hit my window, and the flood, some reason the flood of water came, and I told everybody, brace yourself for impact, because it's here, it's coming. Now I was holding on, thinking my couch, because the water is gonna come in. And sure enough, the water broke the window, came in. Right, the water's coming in. I was powered behind that water, but I didn't move. Like, it didn't move me. Pretty much, I hold my ground. I stand my ground. I didn't get it washed away or anything like that. And that was it. I said, wow. So pretty much there's a scripture that your foundation you're building a house on the rock, you know, because the storm could represent, you know, like it could, like a lot of things, right? But if you look at it spiritual, you know, it's like it tests your faith because, you know, Scripture says the enemy will come as a flood, you know. It could be philosophies, you know, trouble. It could be many things. But the main focus of trying to highlight is you have to build your house on the rock, man. You have to. If you don't, Scripture says you build a house on the sand, it's going to wash away, blow everything away. That's where I get that scripture. But I just want to share that dream I had. But I got it right here. This is daily news. It says Trump unleashed ninth night of Iran strikes in revenge for 3 fallen U.S. soldiers. We hit them very hard. So here it is that the U.S. have lost their soldiers, military men over there. They said 3, but it could be more. But we'll see, right? You know, Iran got a powerful weapons, man. You know, like they got a powerful defense. You know, they got the anti-aircraft. You know, they got the S-300 anti-missiles defense, man. They got the defense to, you know, really strong and accurate. You know, the scripture says that Ezekiel, you know, that says the Russians gonna be their guard. You know, so Russia is supplying weapons towards Iran, China, and so on and so forth, right? And that's biblical prophecy, man. Oh wow! Look to my right. It's a picture of a big old lion face. Beautiful. All praise and glory to you, Shema Shah. Lion of Judah. You know, Yahushua is that tribe of Judah, a lion. And let's see. See, while he's at the game, U.S. strikes are running again after the 3rd U.S. soldier properly killed. So yeah, I guess Spain won 1-0, then went overtime, and then Argentina lost. And then you got this going on, that you got little scrimmages over there, man. Not little, sorry, but big ones. A lot of firepower is happening. A lot of men is dying, and things are getting really intense. You know, here it is, July 19th, man. I think a lot of things is happening. You know. So what else they got? And then you got this here, right? Man hospitalized by diarrhea parasite reveals Taco Bell menu item he ate before rushing to the emergency room as fast food chain faces flurry of lawsuits from sickening customers. You see what I'm saying? So there goes the pestilences and sickness. This biblical prophecy, man. So, matter of fact, what else we got? So we got that going on. Let's see, the U.S. revealed 3rd service members killed in the Middle East by Iran drone. just grab a couple of scriptures now. We'll go ahead and close out. Ezekiel 3. This is the book of Ezekiel 3, verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give the warning from me. Right, so here it is that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai has sent out the prophets. Let's see, this is the book of us, 2 Chronicles 36, verse 15. And the Lord Yahweh power of the Father sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending because he has compassion upon his people and on his dwelling place. Right, so he has a passion on his people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that he's still continuing to put the spirit of the men of the Lord to still go out there, even though it's raining, even though it's snowing, even though it's hot, you know, in season, out of season, you know. Because why? Because he had passion upon his people. And that's our job, that's our duty, to be a watchman of the house of Israel, to blow the trumpet, to sound the alarm, to give the people warning, which is, again, that dream I had. You know, I was telling the people in my house as a warning that there's a storm coming in, and brace yourself. That's it. That's heavy too, because now I'm thinking about it now. You know, and that's the warning. They see us just like a weather news man telling you it's gonna be rain on Wednesday, 100%. You know, around 1 o'clock. So what you do is you heard that report, you heard that warning. So what we do is get away an umbrella, jacket. You know, keep yourself dry, man. That's what we do. So here it is. The Lord sending the prophets out there, give you this warning to brace yourself for impact, because there's a storm coming on our way. So you have to build a foundation. You have to build right on a rock, and that way when it comes, you're not moved. You're gonna be steadfast. You're gonna be unmovable. You know, you're gonna be fortified. Right? You're gonna be stable. You're gonna be cool as a cucumber, man. And while all these people is building the house on the sand, you know, that's why they're gonna be panic mode all over the place. Right? Verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord Yahweh rose against his people until there was no remedy. Right? See what I'm saying? So here it is. You mock the messengers and despise his words, and the wrath of the Lord came upon on you 2/3, and y'all finna get whooped. Y'all finna get swept up, man. You know? Because you didn't take heed, you didn't take warning. You like, again, go back to the news broadcast, you know, give you the rain, but you ain't take that seriously. You know, it seems warm, seems hot, but 1 o'clock hit, it started raining. And now you say to yourself, like, damn, now you got all your clothes all wet, right? You know, now you need to take a shower, now you need new clothes, now your whole clothes is damages, you know. Now you said, I should have brought a sweater, brought a jacket, I should have brought an umbrella. You know, you need to take it seriously, man. Let's see, this is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. In the day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Ooh, bro, this is a dream, I'm telling you. I'm rolling the spirit, man. Wow, this is heavy. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds. Whoa, I got goosebumps, man. I got the chills. Yo. Because that dream I had, like, I don't know, I'm not sure where I'm just rolling the spirit, man. I got none of this planned down, written down. You know? It says a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds, just like that dream I had of the thick darkness, and that's true. As morning spread upon the mountains, and great people and strong therein, there had not been ever like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. NLT says, it is the day of darkness and gloom, and day of thick clouds and deep blackness, suddenly like dawn spreading across the mountains, and a great and mighty army appears, nothing like it has been seen been seen before, or will ever been seen again, right? You read a little bit more, it's gonna be missiles after missiles after missiles and chariots, man. The angels are gonna be up there to guide them those ICBM missiles hitting Babylon the Great whore. See what I'm saying? The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 1, it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth fear, and all that therein is therein, and the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall dissolve, and the heavens shall roll together as a squirrel, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the vine, and as the fallen fig tree from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it is come down upon the Dumia, and upon the people of my curse to judgment." NLT says, "And when my sword has finished its works in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom." Red devils, man. The nations I have marked for destruction. Your judgment day is coming. It's around the corner. The Edomites, Edom. The sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with the blood. It is made with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys and rams. For the Lord Yahweh has sacrificed in Basra, and great slaughter in the land of Dumia. Right, the capital, Basra, and Edom. That's the capital of Basra. Which, what I'm saying, in the ancient world, you had a map, you have Edom there, and then you had the capital named Basra in the land of Edom, and then it's gonna be a great sacrifice here, aka daughter of Babylon, right? The great whore. It says, verse 8, "For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the conspiracy of Zion." All right, so Most High is gonna let it loose, man. Here at Babylon the Great whore, man. So it's gonna roll like a squirrel, the ancient squirrel. How it was rolled up like a big mushroom cloud, man. So let's see. Build it, rock, build it on a rock. On the rock. Luke chapter 6. Yeah, see, Luke 6, let's start verse 46. It's the builders and the foundations. It says, Luke 6, verse 46, and they call ye me, Lord, Lord, out of one, and do not things which I say. Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my saying and does them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built a house and digged deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat firmly upon the house and could not shake it, for it is founded upon the rock. Right, that's it. But he that heareth and does not is like a man that without a foundation building a household upon the earth, against which the stream beat very firmly. Immediately it fell, and the ruin that was the house was great. So you see the Matthew 7. Let's see. Hold up. See, on my judgment day, NLT says, on my judgment day, Matthew 7 verse 22 in the NLT, on judgment day, many will say to me, Yahushua, we have prophesied in your name and cast out demons in your name and performed many miracles in your name. But I will reply, I never knew you. Get away from me, you broke God's laws. Ooh. It's a lot of them, right? That's why you gotta be humble and be meek, man, and obey the Lord Yahushua. It says, anyone who listens to my teachings and follow it is wise, like a person who builds a house of solid rock. Through the rain it comes and torrents and the flood waters. Ooh, that's like the dreams, man. Rise and the wind beat against that house. It will collapse. It won't collapse because it is built on the bedrock. This is heavy, man. But anyone who hears my teachings and doesn't obey it is a foolish, like a person who builds a house on the sand. Yep. When the rain and the flood came and the winds beat against that house, it will collapse with a mighty crash, man. Beautiful. You see what I'm saying? All these people, they don't hear the teachings. They despise his words. That's why the wrath of the Lord that rose up against his people, man, and so on and so forth, right? And y'all finna get beat down with that mighty crash, man. You see? That's heavy, man, because you don't believe the name of the Lord, y'all breaking God's laws, you ain't listening, you ain't do nothing, you just going with the world, man. Or follow different philosophies and different teachings and stuff like that. You know? That's why a lot of people are scared, because things are happening. They see that things are not looking too good. People are crashing out because they don't build a foundation on the rock, which is Yahushua. You know. So I'm gonna go ahead in there, but first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Ba'asham, Ba'ashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders from Great Millstone. Shalom to brothers and sisters of the house of David, the true believers, the sincere ones. Until next time, Shalom.